You went with books instead.
Yeah. None of them are my own though. Well, not with you.
Yeah, stuffed in there.
How's it going?
So can you hear it all right and all that then?
Yeah, I can hear it fine.
Great.
Yeah.
Let's see. So, okay, I just press record now to record the whole deal from here.
Yeah.
You know, what better for writers than to meet on a Saturday night at 9 o'clock in their offices like two nerds.
I think the lengths we will go to not watch XFactor. Did I ever tell you about the time I met Louis Walsh?
No.
I went to a Def Leppard concert. Def Leppard Whitesnake double bill.
Right.
Louis Walsh was backstage and I was there and someone said to him, Louis, this is Eoin Colfer. And he said, oh, is he the guy who wrote the Art of the Spell books? And I said, yeah. And he said, oh my God, I've read all your books. I said, have you? He said, no.
Like Wexford, I would imagine now for somebody like yourself who likes the scene and likes to go to stuff and everything, is an amazing little town, you know, with operas and musicals and and I'm sure I am. It's just that I'm not that person that you are. Like I know you personally like to go and sit down and watch stuff, and to me that's my idea of hell, you know. Still is to this day.
Like you've done a lot of work now, much more theatre work than me. And are you finished with theatre work now, do you think?
I love the theatre, I have to say. But what I love about the theatre isn't like the papering, because I generally don't like to mix that much. I like dialogue. I love dialogue. And if I could figure out how to, because I'm only starting to learn, and I mean starting to learn how to write novels now. You know, like I'm currently writing my third novel, and it's just it means the writing in it. The craft of it means so much more to me than it did in the first.
Well, your stuff would be very suited, I think, to TV or cinema. It'd be a pity if you didn't get into that world as well.
Well, there might be something on that. There might be something in there that I can't. I'll have to hang on.
No, I've been saying for years, write novels. And you decide then, I'm going to write the most difficult. I'm going to write not in my own native patois. I'm going to go. Oh, not just one place in America. I'm going to go over America with several different characters. I've been to America once, so I'm going to set it. And I'm going to pick a really minority interest that has not really been novelized. Can you explain why you decided to do an American wrestling? And actually, I forgot to mention that it's set when you were a child. In the year in the 70s or whatever. So everything, there's nothing about this in the right what you know thing. It's all, I don't know any of this.
You know, it just had that kind of, you know, for people who don't know, the wrestling world in the 70s was broken up into territories. It was an all cash business. Each territory had a boss. All the bosses met up and they decided who won the matches. And they all tried to fucking backstab each other. They all tried to get wins over each other. And I just thought all this was fascinating stuff. And I was really surprised actually that nobody has taken on this premise before. And then you had been saying to me for years, like, you should write a novel. If novels would really suit you, you should write a novel. And I think I got kind of comfortable in a pattern where I knew I kind of had, I won't say a mastered playwriting, but I was comfortable enough that I knew if I started a play, that I could at least finish it and someone would want to put it on.
Yeah.
And there's kind of a comfort to that, because then there's no rejection really. I mean, or the chances of rejection go down dramatically. How did you go from kind of, you know, theatre, musicals, moving to Saudi Arabia, nearly getting the movie made, all that, to Artemis Fowl? How did you land on this guy?
I kind of had tried a lot of stuff at this point. You know, adult novels, kids' books, movies. I'd really... And I was starting to get a bit... And I managed to get 6 books published. And even though one was... Or they all actually were number ones in Ireland, and one was the Christmas number one.
Right.
And I thought, surely I'll make a bit of... You know, I'll make a few bob now. But you don't really. You don't... In Ireland, it's just too small.
Yeah.
And Jackie had had a new business. We had a baby. And so literally the day was too short. And when I came home from work, I had to pick up the baby, and then Jackie wouldn't get home till, you know what it's like, Jackie wouldn't get home until 7 or 8 because it was her own business.
Yeah.
So it was at the point where one of these things would have to go.
Right.
And Jackie did not want to give up the child. So I just had this last idea in my arsenal of just this kid who was trying to get the crock of gold. And that's a really old Irish story. It was not my two things where I made the bad guy the lead and I brought technology to the fairies, to the leprechauns. And that really worked, and I sent it in, and within weeks I had an agent. And once you have an agent, really, that's such a big help because they know what to do. Really, I just want to write. I don't want to. I know you become kind of an expert on social media and Facebook and everything like that, but I'm not. This is the most complicated thing I've ever done. So I've lost. I can't see me anymore. I've lost that somehow. The papers made a lot more of it. Like they said, I got $1 million advance, which I didn't, or get anything like it, or 20th of it. But people still say to me in Wexford, "Keep at it. One day you'll be like that J.K. Rowling."
Do they? Yeah.
Well, and I'm and I said, "Fine. I'm doing okay." Keep it. You're a great fella.